Hello, mister. How are you? ¿Sí me escucha? Hello.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, mister. Estoy. Hello, hello, hello. A ver, mister, ¿cuál fue el último tema que nos quedamos? ¿Se acuerda o no se acuerda?
Yes, the last class we talked about have you ever and the past simple and the
Ya me acuerdo.
perfect.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute and to open the book.
Okay.
Okay, so until I open the book, my question is, have you ever traveled abroad?
Yes, I have travel to Peru.
So what I want you to do is use, yes, I have traveled. I went to Peru
Okay.
1 month ago, for example. Okay, so we can use present, perfect, and simple past. So have you ever eaten weird food?
No, I have not.
I haven't
I
eaten.
haven't.
Okay,
Eaten.
have you ever watched horror movies?
Yes, I have eaten. Sorry, I have watched horror movies. I watched the Annabelle movie
When did you watch the Annabelle movie?
2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, I remember when I watched that movie, it was New Year's, and then I was like very scared and I couldn't sleep. And then, just on that moment when I was watching the Annabelle movie, my brother called me and then he said, you know what? I feel like they are going to kill me. Then he handed the phone up. And so I was looking for him like for 2 days. And it was like he was already here at home, but I thought that somebody killed my brother. And I was like very scared. Like maybe it was because like I was watching these movies a lot. And so I got like very, very scared and very freaked out. So yeah, that's my personal experience with watching horror movies. Have you ever helped somebody with mathematics?
Um, yes, I have helped to my friends. I helped to my friends with
Right now,
mathematics in the high school.
right now, are you teaching mathematics or are you teaching
Sorry?
anybody with any subject?
No, I don't teaching.
But have you ever teach?
Sorry?
Have you ever teach?
Yes, normally normally I teach to my friends when they have problems with subjects.
Okay. And have you taught on this quarantine?
No, on this quarantine, I only do some projects and I help to understand that project.
Okay. Awesome. That's really nice. Okay, so we are going to do Unit 5, Going Places. Okay, vamos a hacer Unit 5, Going Places. So, ya
Okay.
le comparto ahorita la pantalla. Yeah, there it is. So the questions are, what do you like to do on vacations? So here we have different examples of what do you like to do on vacations. For example, take an exciting trip, un viaje emocionante, discover something new, stay home, stay home like in the quarantine, like forever vacations. And here we have the last activity. It is enjoy nature. Okay, so we have these 4 activities. So, Mr. Diego, what activity do you like to do on vacation?
I like to travel on with my family on vacations.
Okay, awesome. So you like to take an exciting trip. Now my question is, which has been the most exciting trip that you have taken?
Um, I think the most exciting trip that I take with my family uh, that is the travel, the trip to Peru Beach.
Oh, did you like
It's
it?
called yes. When we finish in the beach, we can see. So sorry,
We could
we can
see,
see.
pudimos ver,
We could see. We could see. We could see the dolphins at the beach.
Oh, that's beautiful. Did you prefer the Peruvian beaches or the Ecuadorian beaches?
Um, I don't know because I only travel to Peru beaches.
Okay, so you haven't been in an Ecuadorian beach?
No,
Okay, but the Peruvian beaches, how is the sun? The sun is soft, the water is clear, or the water has a little color? How is the water?
um, the water has a beautiful color. Uh, see when I see the beach at a large distance, a una gran distancia, al
In a
verlo a
long
una gran
distance,
distancia,
long distance. It was
long
beautiful.
distance. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to work on this conversation. So I'm going to be Julia and you're going to be Nancy. Julia, I am so excited. We have 2 weeks off. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. I guess I'll just stay home. Maybe I'll watch a few DVDs. What about you? Any plans?
Yeah, I'm going to relax at the beach with my cousin for a couple of weeks. We are going to go surfing every day.
Sounds like fun.
Say, why don't you come with us?
Do you mean it? I'd love to. I'll bring my surfboard.
Okay, so what is Nancy going to do?
Nancy's going to stay at home and watch a few DVDs.
And what is Julia going to do?
Julia is going to go to the beach.
She's going to relax at the beach. Who is Julia going to go with?
Um, with her cousins. Um, with her cousins.
Yes. And what activity are they going to do at the beach?
They are going to surf at the beach.
Yes, they are going to surf at the beach. Awesome. Okay, so what are Julia is going to invite Nancy to do?
Julia is going to invite to to game with they.
Yes, she's going to invite her to go to the beach and she's saying, oh, I love to, I'll bring my surfboard. Awesome. So what do you think is the difference between the going to and the will?
Um, I think the going to is more immediately future.
Yes, it's a plan, and go and will is
Will this distant future or possibility of the future?
prediction of the future. Awesome. Then we're gonna see that in grammar in a minute. Let's keep with the speaking. So here we have the word power. So we're going to classify. Clothing, ropas, money, dinero, hair, salud, documents, documentos, and luggage, equipaje. So backpack could belong to,
Luggage.
backpack would be luggage. Yes, let's move this a little. Okay, so I have backpack is luggage. Cash is,
Money.
yes. Credit card is,
Money.
yes. First aid kit es mi botiquín de emergencia.
Kit de primeros.
That would be health.
Health.
Hiking boots would be,
Clothing.
yes. Medication would be,
Health.
overnight bag would be,
Luggage.
yes. Passport would be,
Documents.
yes. Plane tickets would be,
Documents.
documents. Shorts would be,
Clothing.
yes. Suitcase would be,
Clothing.
luggage.
Luggage.
Suitcase is the equipaje, la maleta. Traveler check would be,
Documents.
documents. Vaccination would be,
Health.
health, yes. Visa would be,
Documents.
yes. And windbreaker would be,
I don't know what's windbreaker.
windbreaker
I think it's clothing.
It's like a coat that you use when it's really windy outside.
Okay.
That would be clothing. It's
Clothing.
like sí, es una champa rompevientos. This is el windbreaker. All right, awesome. Then we have travel advice. So here we have different kind of advice for experienced travelers. So the first one says, you should tell the driver where you're going before you get on, and you have to have exact change for the fare. Patrick, like for example, when you came to Quito, did you take a taxi cab?
Yes, I take a taxi.
Yes. And did you tell the driver where you're going to go?
Yes.
Did you have the exact change?
No.
Okay. Now that is a problem sometimes when we're taking a taxi cab in Quito and we don't have the exact change for the fare. Some taxi cab drivers says, you need to have the change. Some of them have the change and some of them not. So I usually try to have coins with me so that way I can pay easy, but sometimes I didn't have coins extra with me, so I have to pay with a big bill, and then the driver was like, okay. The next one, please help me reading the next one.
The blue.
Yes, please.
Okay. You should try some of the local specialties, but you'd better avoid the stalls on the street. Paul.
You'd better avoid the stalls on the street. You should try some of the local specialty, but you better avoid the stalls on the street. So usually when you go travel to a place, do you prefer to eat in a restaurant or do you prefer buying food on the street?
I prefer to eat in a restaurant.
Yes, also because it's safer. I remember one time I went to the beach. It was actually 1 year ago. And I ate a ceviche in the streets. So unfortunately, I was very sick. I got intoxicated because I have eaten street food. And so I was like, no, never. I'm never going to eat street food when I go to the beach. Have you ever had an experience eating food on the street?
Um, no, I don't have any experience about that.
Uh-huh. I haven't eaten. Uh-huh. And then we have the next one. The next one says you have to keep a copy of your credit card numbers at the hotel, and you shouldn't carry a lot of cash when you go out. Why do you think it's important not to take a lot of cash when you go out and you are in another city?
It's because you don't know the people that live in that city.
Mhm.
Eh, you don't know what's the kind of crime in that city and
Yes.
the size of the crime.
Like they, for example, can steal up your money. If you take $200 and you said, "Oh, I'm gonna be visiting Quito. I'm gonna take my $200." It could be also dangerous. So because people can steal all your money that you have, and then you can stay with nothing. So it's better not to take a lot of cash when you go out, and that could happen in any city. Now, in the next is in most countries you don't have to have an international driver's license, but you must have a license from your own country. You also need to be over 21. So that can probably apply for some countries. Like when I traveled to the US, I had to get my own permit from the US, take a test, and get my permit from the US because I didn't have my permit from Ecuador. I haven't driven in Ecuador before. But some countries, they say if you're okay, if you have a license from your own country. I don't know which countries could be that. And the last one says, Mr. Please help me reading.
You ought to pack a first aid kit and any medication you need. You shouldn't drink water from the tap, Susan.
Yes, and that's really important. Like when you're traveling to other cities or other countries, if you take water from the tap, it could be dangerous because it can have viruses or bacteria. For example, the cholera virus, that's really terrible. I remember when I traveled to Esmeraldas, they didn't have water, like the water is in Quito very clean, but in Esmeraldas, the water was salty. So I had to buy bottles of water even to wash my teeth or to drink because the water from the tap, it was terrible. And I think in some countries that is the same problem that they have. The water from the tap is not very clean, or is not sweet, or it doesn't have Clorox in it. Awesome. Let's go to this listening to tips. So in order to plan a trip, what do you think we need?
Um, to plan a trip, we need we need a map.
Yes, we also need probably an advisor, a tourist guide from the place I am going to go.
Yes.
For example, when I wanted to go to Galapagos, I contacted some people from Galapagos so that they can rent me the hotel in advance. And I also talked to some people who were travel advisors in the Galapagos Islands. If I had gone there without knowing what hotel I was going to stay, it had been very hard because I would be like trying to find a hotel and really desperate. But thankfully, it's good to plan where you're going to stay, how you're going to get there. If you have a travel guide, that would be awesome. Then we need to know the safety about the place we're going to go because some cities can be really dangerous. For example, Quito can be a really dangerous city right now. So it's important, like if you go to a place, you can ask the receptionist or the travel guide what place is safe to go and what place isn't safe to go. Money. Sometimes when we go to a place, we need to take money. Like if we're going, for example, to Europe, you can change dollars into euros and then you'll be fine. But if you're going to other countries, like for example, if you go to Colombia, you will have to find a place where you can make a change of money. And eating out, you also have to plan where are you going to eat out while you are on that trip. So all these tips are important for you when you are traveling somewhere else. Okay, now let's do the grammar. So here we have the difference between going to and will. So when do we use going to? We use it for plans. For example, Mr. Diego, what are you going to do at the weekend?
Um, I'm going to do a barbecue.
With your family.
Yes.
Cool. And here in questions we have, you have made a decision. For example, Mr. Diego, what will you do in 5 years from now?
Um, I am going to travel to another country, or and I will I will get a job.
Okay, so will you travel to the US?
Yes, I try to do this.
Probably you will travel to the US. So, Mr. Diego, please help me reading all these that is in black. What?
What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to relax at the beach. We're going to go surfing every day. I'm not going to do anything special.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So, what is he going to do? He's saying he's going to
He's going to that.
relax. He's going to relax. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is he going to do every day?
Um, he's going to go surfing every day.
Yes, he's going to go surfing every day. And then we have the structure with will. So, Mr. Diego, please help me reading the structure with will.
Use will plus verb. What are you going to do? I'm not sure. I guess I'll just stay home. Maybe I'll watch a few DVDs. I don't know. I think I'll go camping. I probably won't go anywhere.
Yes, so here we have possible plans, and here we have definitely plans. What is a possible plan? Okay, I think I will watch a movie the weekend. Creo que ver una película el fin de semana, solo es posible. But if I say I am going to watch a movie this weekend, this is something I have decided. So this is only probably, possibly, I will do something. Going to is I have decided I will do something. Now we're going to do A, B. So I am going to be A and you're going to be B. Have you made any vacation plans?
Well, I decide on one thing. Um, I I going to go camping.
I'm going to go camping. Yes, very good. That's great. For how long?
I'm going to be away for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I only have 5 days of vacation.
So, when are you leaving? Ya me dio, perdón.
I'm not, I'm not sure. I will probably leave around the end of May.
Perdón. Where are you going to go?
Yeah, I haven't thought about that yet. I guess I will go to one of the national parks.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, maybe I will go hiking and do some fishing.
Oh, are you going to rent a camper?
I'm not sure. Actually, I probably rent a camper. It's too expensive.
I probably will rent a camper. It's expensive, yes. Are you going to go with anyone?
No, I need some time alone. I'm going to travel by myself.
Mhm. Now we're going to suppose that you are going to go on vacation. Let's think about a place that you are going to go on vacation, Mr. Diego. Where would you want to go on your vacation?
Eh, I'm going to go to New York.
Okay, so how are you going to spend your next vacations?
Um, I think I will spend $1,000.
Yes, but how are you going to spend your next vacation? Like how? ¿Cómo?
Oh, sorry. Uh, I will travel and visit some places in New York, and I will try uh, to buy some clothes.
Oh, wonderful. So are you going to go to the Fifth Avenue shopping?
Yes.
So where are you going to go in New York City?
Um, I'm I'm going to go to the most touristic places in New York, like the Liberty Statue.
Statue, and the Empire State Building, Broadway, there are many places. When are you going to take your vacation?
Uh, I'm going to take my vacation on December for the Christmas.
Awesome. New York in Christmas is beautiful because it has many trees, the park has lights, and it's just very beautiful. And how long are you going to be on vacation? ¿Por cuánto tiempo?
Uh, I'm going to be in New York for a couple weeks,
A couple of weeks. Awesome.
a couple of
Is anyone going to travel with you?
yes. I going to travel with my family.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Okay, now we did already this, and then we're going to see the other part of the grammar. Okay, here we have different type of modals, like the modals for necessity and suggestion. When do you use the must modal? Do you know?
Must is a model to an order.
Must is for a necessity, but also for an obligation. For example, I say you must have a driver's license. What does it mean? Mean that is a rule that you need to comply to have a driver's license. Okay, so must is going to use for rules. If I use need, it's only a necessity. For example, you need to make a reservation, necesita hacer una reservación. Then we have you have to get a passport. Have and must are very close because both of them are rules, okay? Must es debe y have es tiene, y ambos son reglas. And you don't have to get a visa. This is when you don't have the obligation for something. Este de aquí, en cambio, es cuando no hay la necesidad de realizar algo. For example, in order to get to Ecuador, do you need to have a passport?
No.
You don't need to have a passport, okay? So you say you don't have to have a passport in order to get to Ecuador. But if you travel to the USA, do you need to have a passport in order to travel to the USA?
Yes, you have to get a passport to travel to the USA.
Mhm. Yes, okay. And then we have giving suggestions. While this shows necessity, all these are going to be suggestions, okay? Todas esas van a ser sugerencias. For example, if I say, you better avoid the stalls on the street, será mejor evitar las casetas en la calle. If, for example, you're going to go to the Cotopaxi, I can say, you better have a very heavy jacket. ¿Sí? Será mejor que tenga una chaqueta pesada. You better quiere decir como será mejor que. That's what it means. You ought to pack a first aid kit. What does it mean ought to? Ought to is like debe de, pero no como debe de reglas, sino debe de, como usted debe de realizar algo, ¿ok? You ought to pack first aid kit. Should es como debería, and shouldn't no debería. These usually are being used for advice. For example, if I say, Mr. Diego, what places do you think I should visit in Loja?
I think you should visit the Jupiter Park, the zoo, um, the 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 parks, um, the orchidearium.
Awesome. What places do you think I should visit when I come to Quito?
You should visit La Carolina Park, the malls like El Recreo, Quicentro, and others.
Yes, but not in the quarantine. They are full of people. Okay, awesome. What zoo do you think I should visit when I am in Quito?
Sorry?
What zoo do you think I should visit when I am in Quito?
Um, um,
¿Qué
I
zoológico
don't.
debería visitar? Guayabamba.
Yes, but yes, yes.
What zoo do you think I should visit when I go to Loja?
Um, I think the name of the zoo is Loja Zoo.
Okay.
uh,
Awesome. So we're going to use should for a suggestion and all this for a necessity. For example, must I have my identity card when I go out? ¿Debo tener my identity card when I go out?
yes, yes. You have to. You must have your identity card when you go out.
Must I have a mask when I go out?
You must have money when
A
you
mask.
go out.
Una mascarilla, mask.
Yes. Yes, you must have a mask when you go out.
Also, now here we're going to do this exercise by completing with the best advice for someone who is going on vacation. Okay, then compare with a partner. So you make hotel reservations in advance. It might be difficult to find a room after you get there. So here we can use have to, como tiene que, or you'd better, será mejor que. So
You
how are you
better.
going to complete this?
I think you'd better.
You'd better, huh? So va a ser, you better make hotel reservation in advance. It might be difficult to find a room after you get there. The number two, how would be the number two?
You must carry identification with you. It's the law.
Yes, very good. Because it's necessity, we're going to use must. Let's do the exercise number three. You
should buy a round trip plane ticket because it's cheaper.
Aha, perfect. We're going to use this because it's only an advice, it's not an obligation. All right, let's do this one.
You don't have to pack too many clothes. You won't have room to bring back any gifts.
This one would be shouldn't. No debería de empaquetar mucha ropa. is only an advice, okay? You won't have a
Okay.
room to bring back any gifts. No vamos a tener tanto espacio para los regalos, so you shouldn't. That's probably going to be an advice. All right. Number 5. How is number 5 going to be? You
You need to check out of most hotel rooms by noon if you don't want to pay for another night.
Yes, you need to check out most hotel rooms by noon if you don't want to pay for another night. That's a necessity, so we're going to use need to. And number 6, how is number 6 going to be?
You ought to buy a new suitcase because your old one is getting shabby.
You have to buy a new suitcase because your old one is getting cheap. Awesome. And here we have, you must get the necessary vaccination. Imagine you are going to travel abroad, take turns giving each other advice. So this is going to be about an advice. So for example, I say, Mr. Diego, I'm going to Africa. What is going to be your
Um,
advice?
you must get the necessary vaccinations.
Yes, that is going to be a need. So it's you must. But this one, I want to travel to the beach. So how are you going to use number 4?
You don't have forget to pack your camera.
You shouldn't forget to pack your camera because
Okay.
it's only an advice. So I'm going to use should. This one, I'm going to go to the US. What I'm going to use here? You?
You must have a passport to enter a foreign country.
Yes. You must have a passport to enter a foreign country. That is really good. Now we're going to do the reading. Here. Getting away from it all. So, please, Mr. help me reading this. Mike O'Brien.
Mike O'Brien has been backpacking for over 20 years. He often spent up to 30 days at a time outdoors. In a recent interview with Outdoor Magazine, he offered some expert tips for new backpackers.
Yes, so here he is going to give us different advice for backpackers. So here, backpacking and camping are my favorite things to do. It can get difficult at times, but I just love getting away from it all. The 2 most important things to know are how to dress comfortably and how to pack your equipment well. Please, Mr. help me reading this day.
They need to understand the purpose of outdoor clothing. Clothes need to keep you warm in the cold, block the wind, and keep you dry in the rain. In hot environments, clothes should also protect you from the sun. You don't have control over the weather or the temperature, so you should dress in light layers of clothing. That way, if you are hot, you can take off clothes, and if you are cold, you can add clothes.
Yes, so what are you going to do to dress if it is cold?
If it's cold, you need to use warm clothes.
And also you need to dress in layers, right? For example, what does it mean dress in layers?
Okay.
One BBD, one t-shirt, one sweater, one jacket, and one coat. That's dress in layers. And then you, if it is like really hot, you begin to take the stuff off. The last one, please. Mr. Help me reading the last one.
Access and balance are the keys to packing well. First, access. Don't bury things you need, such as extra clothes, food, or water, at the bottom of your backpack. Second, balance. Remember, you're going to wear your backpack. It has to be balanced, or you could all over. Don't make your pack too heavy at the top or bottom. It's best to keep the heaviest items close to your back.
Yes. So how does he advise people to prepare the bag? What things should be in the heavy part and what things should be in the outer part of the bag? What things should be at the bottom of the bag?
Um, that talks about that the clothes, food, or water
Yes.
needs to be at the bottom of the bag.
And at the top?
At the top, we need to have the heavy.
Okay. And in the closest of my back? Lo más cercano a mi espalda, in the closest of my back?
It's best to keep the heaviest
The heaviest
items.
item. Huh? How should people dress for backpacking?
They should dress in layers.
Yes. Awesome. Yes. What do all beginners need to know? ¿Qué necesitan aprender los beginners?
They need to understand that the the correct clothing that they need to use and the correct form to packing.
Yes. What do you think is the purpose of outdoor clothing?
Um, the purpose of outdoor clothing is it's important because in this reading um, we we understand that we don't control the weather and we need to prepare us for the change of the weather.
Yes, awesome. Like whenever you go out, you have to be prepared. And especially here in Quito, for example, when you go out in Quito, you need to have like a raincoat because of that way, if it rains, you can use your raincoat and your umbrella to get protected. So it's important like to dress up according to the weather. I don't know, how do you usually dress up when you go out in Loja?
Yes, in Loja is similar to Quito because we need to take a raincoat because normally the weather in Loja change uh, change uh, cambia bastante,
It changes a lot. So for example, it's
changes a
hot
lot.
in the morning and it's cold in the afternoon, like that.
Yes.
So it's almost like Quito. Quito is like really crazy also. Awesome, mister. So see you tomorrow. Please don't forget to work in the platform Unit 5.
Yes.
Okay, mister. Bye-bye. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks, Miss. Bye bye.
See you soon.